This is a real email that came in to our support team yesterday. I paid $9,200 for the extended warranty for a 4Runner 2023 that has 1,800 miles on it limited. Sorry, I couldn't figure out how much it was with you. Speechless price for a VSC through the dealer. Folks, do not pay $10,000 for a Toyota quote unquote extended warranty. You want to guess what it costs through CarEdge, Dad?
I want to say about $1,800.
You want to say $1,800 for a 2023? Yeah. Let's test it.
Yeah.
Test it.
Yeah. And also, if I may, you really got to be kidding me that you couldn't figure out how to get this to work. This is one of the few things. No, let me rephrase that because that's going to sound bad. This is one of the things that works really, really well on our website. My God, I was high.
I mean, Dad, this poor. I say poor. I'm not trying to be condescending, but like this person needs to go to howtocancelmyextendedwarranty.com. We own that. It redirects to a guide that teaches you how to cancel your extended warranty. You do not pay $9,200 for a product that costs $1,000. This is bad.
Yes, and in today's day and age, with YouTube, the internet, and everything else, there is no real good excuse for saying I couldn't figure out how to pull up a price from you. You know, you figured out how to contact CarEdge support.
Even that, man, you just like when the dealer's talking to you, just like chill.
Yeah. Say, could I have a minute? And then go out and get on your phone and figure out how to pull, or call the 800 number.
Got my swimming trunks ready to swim in the river of tears.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate because that F&I person is going to have a hell of a month.
This week alone, we have had a Toyota recall and now a Honda recall. Honda recalls nearly 138,000 Fit and HRV vehicles over faulty rear view camera image. The rear view camera image may not display when the car is started with an ignition key. Another recall, man. Another recall from a brand that we don't expect to see recalls from. 2 in the same week. A little disconcerting for me.
Yes. You know, I know that if I had one of those cars, the image it would probably show would be Matthew McConaughey instead of me. Okay. I mean, yeah, it might not show you the proper image. What? Okay.
Think about that. Think about that for a second. You, better than anyone here, could talk about how rear view mirrors used to be, I don't know, mirrors that you just looked at and showed you. Think about how much tech are in these cars, and you have a recall now because your rear view camera it's just
doesn't display properly. Yeah. And I understand the value and the significance of having the rear view camera because it can show you things behind the car that you might not necessarily be able to see if you sit up on your seat and turn to actually look out the back.
Great demonstration there.
So I do appreciate the value added by those cameras. And it is unfortunate at best. I believe Ford had the same issue with some of their vehicles. Either these cameras are like really, really, really cheap.
Which is probably
or the connections are bad to the screen. One of the but it would be important that they get that fixed, and people rely on that. I get it.
Are you surprised that in the same week we've had a Toyota and a Honda recall? The Toyota one was obviously with the engine on the Tundras and with the Lexus GX units, which is really, really, really concerning. This obviously with Honda will be resolved by software and things like that. So it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. But these are two brands you don't usually hear about their recalls.
Well, you know, every brand has recalls, and we've proven that. what's important is the number of recalls and how many vehicles it actually impacts. And then you have to look at the severity of the issue. I believe Nissan, there's an issue with older Altimas and their Takata airbags, and that there's like 80,000 Altimas out there that have never made it back to dealerships to have those Takata airbags replaced. And so that's like driving a missile around, because if that airbag goes off, you can be struck by shrapnel that can actually injure or kill you. So, there are some recalls that are more important than others. I would think rear view camera is important, not quite as important as the engine that is actually going to move the car down the road.